Hi everyone, this is Swati from the softwaretestinghelp.com team, and we are again excited to present to you yet another new, short, simple but extremely useful course, and that is the JIRA course. Now this JIRA course is like, nothing else that you've seen. So what I'm trying to tell you in this sense is that the JIRA course that we have put together is a perfect fit for both developers and testers, and it will actually leverage or give you enough information. It will equip you with enough information that will help you leverage JIRA to use it for managing all your agile projects. And we know that a recent study actually has said that 85% of the projects are migrating from the traditional waterfall method to the much more rapid and iterative agile model, which means that there is a lot of influx for agile related management tools, and in that area JIRA is extremely robust and very, very well built and things like that. And this course and taking the time out to learn it, and that too over the period of just the weekend, spending just a little bit of time over the weekend, can help bulk up the resume and really help you just check one tool off of your toolkit. So I'll just give you a high level overview of what JIRA is, what we have in our course, and how this can be useful. We'll do that at the very end one more time. So let me get started. So yes, this is a high level details of the incident management system, and I don't want to go into any details of it, so feel free to read through it. Pretty much it's self-explanatory, but what I want to really emphasize here is that JIRA is, as it shows, an incident management tool. Now, what is an incident? In the context of JIRA, JIRA actually revolves around issues, and the incidents are in the system of JIRA referred to as issues. Now, issue in terms of JIRA is just any piece of work that needs to be that needs to get done. So here's how JIRA handles things. At the crux of JIRA are the issues, and issue is any piece of work that needs to be done. So when we are talking about work, it starts from the time work begins. So when work begins, the progress is 0%. That means no work has been logged on it. But this work goes through different stages and ultimately goes through a stop or done stage, which means the task is 100% done. But what happens in the intermediary stages might be that there might be different actors or owners. Right? So an issue that is created might be, might need somebody's input, might need somebody's action, and then move to someone else. So there's this sort of transaction in terms of who is the actor or owner happening in, the process of a work being done from start to stop. And there's also different actions itself. So what action is being performed? Are you reviewing it? Is is actor X reviewing it, or are they providing their input? Are they updating to the task? What is it that's going on? So there are different actors, actions, and with each step or each intermediary phase, there is a certain amount of work that is logged or done. So from 0 to 100%, it will normally not be a one-step process. So there might be like incremental 5%, 10%. So there's always like, a certain amount of extent of work that is done. So incident management tools will typically let you create these systems. So they'll act as a centralized repository for all of these issues or work or incidents that you want to track. So that forms the crux of JIRA. So JIRA provides us a mechanism to create in a centralized repository. We know that. In addition to being created, we can obviously retrieve the issues, which means there is a search feature. There has to be a search feature. And in addition to the search feature, we also have a mechanism that will let us do all of this that we talked about. That means it will let us assign it to individual owners, let them log their work, perform their action, add the comments. So all this kind of work, the actual work that needs to be done, it provides a way for all of that to be accomplished. So in addition to all of this, JIRA has a lot of other cool features, which brings us to this is something that we talk about in our STH classes a lot. Whenever you're using a software or a tool to perform a certain task, there are always like three types of features. Features of essence, that means, see, if an incident management tool does not let you create an issue, that's a red flag. So the pretty much core competency, supporting features, these are features of essence. And then there are features of convenience. Like for example, if you were not to use an automated tool like JIRA or anything else for issue management, and if you have created an issue and if you need person X to act on it, how would you do it? You'd normally send an email or walk up to their desk and let them know, hey, this is a task that is up for your input. You are up next and you need to work on this. So you'll go either person to person, send an email, or do any other sort of that interaction. But tools like JIRA, they come with these convenience aspects. One example is that you can automatically notify them via an email when a new issue is assigned to them and their work is something that needs to come up next. And the third kind of features that JIRA has are features of assurance. Now, from time to time when we are performing work on a project or any other task for that matter, we want to stop for a second, check where we are at, understand what we're doing, and see if we are right on track or if we need to re-strategize and things like that. So features of assurance are also plenty in JIRA. There are lots of reporting mechanisms, time to time alerts that you can set in it, which are really, really great. So in all of these areas, JIRA is a great tool. Now, which brings us to this, basically this slide, which is pretty much, what we talked about. So if you haven't done so already, you might want to pause this video at this point, read through it, and then see if JIRA has all the features or not. But I'm going to move on. The JIRA core concept itself. So we talked about how at the crux of JIRA there is the issue, so that remains the same, but issues are categorized under projects, and projects are further defined into components and versions. So we'll talk about this more when we get to the class, but all the issues that belong to a certain project are grouped in a certain entity by which is pretty much the project's name. And then the workflow talks about the different stages that they go through and what each stage means, and who is the actor in each stage. So this is how JIRA's core is is organized per se. So let me talk a little bit more about the JIRA's architecture, what the tool is all about and things like that, and then I'm going to give you the course highlights. So JIRA is, just like all other software, follows a three-tiered architecture, which means it has a browser accessible UI or a client, and then there is the database, there is back and forth interaction with the database, and then there is a web server that powers through this interaction. So this is the three tiers of the three-tiered architecture. That's pretty much the same. JIRA does have the SaaS version available, which means the database and the web server can be in a cloud. So this version where you just have the client available and not install the database or the web server, that's called the on-demand or the SaaS version. So that's available with JIRA. JIRA is a commercial tool, which means it's licensed. What I really like about JIRA is that JIRA is very, very light. So let me just quickly show you the Atlassian homepage itself. So if this is the Atlassian homepage, and JIRA is an Atlassian product. Now JIRA starts with its core. So when I click on try it for free, here I have various options. So as I told you, there is a cloud version where they host the database and the server, or if for some reason, if you are from a large scale company, you want to host it yourself, you want to make sure that the database stays with you, so that for security or any other reasons, then you can go for the server version, which means you'll have to do some installations. On the other hand, if it's the cloud, there are no installations necessary. So here you see, you could just get JIRA in any way you like. You can keep it as light as the core issue tracking system and just get that, or add Agile or add Service Desk. There are many add-ins that help testers also perform test management like Zephyr. So you can add JIRA add-ins as and when you require, keeping the keeping it software-wise light and also price-wise light. So that is a very neat feature of JIRA that I personally really love. And coming to the course now, so this is JIRA. So from JIRA, you could do issue management. Developers could track the new requirements. They could actually connect it with the source code system, and testers can actually use it for bug tracking, for agile project management, and so many other things. And JIRA has two different kinds of users. One is the regular user and then the admin user. Now, many tutorials or most tutorials will give you an overview of how to use JIRA from a user's perspective. But the admin is something that you will find lacking or missing in most of these tutorials. But with us, we are going to cover the admin module also. So let me give you a high-level overview. Since the core of JIRA is issues, we are going to spend a considerable amount of time on how to create an issue, how to work with the issue, how to assign issues, how to generate reports about the issues, how to search them, and all of that. And since we do have, as software testing helps reputation, probably will already let you know, but we do have a lot of experience in the area of how to create issues. So we do have our own best practices that we came up with over the few years that we've been working on this. So the unique thing about this course would be we will provide all the best practices on how to create issues, how to write them, how to define them, which one is going to be very optimal for what kind of situations. All that we'll deal with. We'll talk about dashboards and how to create, how to work with projects and workflows, and then coming to Agile. So this is the value add if you are from project management background or from a development background, or if you're just a QA and you're trying to make it as a QA lead, or if you're just a team member and want to understand how agile projects work and how you can contribute to the agile projects, this is something that's going to be extremely useful for you. So we start, and at STH we always believe in basics. So we start with how agile projects work, what kind of agile management happens, like without any use of tools, and then we try to draw a parallel between the tool and the manual process so that we can very clearly see how well a tool can enhance the entire process. So we are going to cover Agile, JIRA Agile, and then we'll go in depth into the administration module. Again, since we are going to use the cloud version. We probably will not be able to show you the database and how to organize that, but the other activities, the main activities like user management, project management, workflow administration, importing your issues from Excel sheets, all of these are going to be covered very extensively. We'll also talk a little bit about Service Desk, Confluence, and all of those other third-party integrations. And if any testers want to talk about how test management tools can be integrated, that can be made a part as well. So this is how the course is going to go on. And we pretty much have a very open strategy when it comes to our classes. We start with the core syllabus like what you're seeing here, and then going forward, we tailor it based on our class needs, and that is why all our classes are always interactive, and we take our students' opinion and we form and mold this class around what they like. So for example, if I have a developer in the class, he wants to see a particular thing, we will make sure that his needs are going to be addressed. But the core syllabus itself is pretty concrete and is going to be extremely beneficial, as I said, for all project managers, beginner level testers, experienced testers, developers, and everybody in general who is looking at using JIRA in the near future. As this is the JIRA version. From the URL you can tell that this is the on-demand version. There is the dashboard, which is pretty much like the front page of your newspaper, where you will find the key things that are happening in your company. So on the left hand side you would see all your help links, documentation and everything. On the right hand side you will see issues that are assigned to you, which means this is like, grabbing your attention there and telling you, hey, these are things that are waiting on your input, so get to it. And then there's the activity stream that will tell you about all the things that are happening in your project in general. Dashboard can be configured, and we'll see more on that in the class. There's projects, so you can browse through all the projects that you have access to. You can see their information. So you can see the issues that are assigned to them. So you see, there is when we create issues in an Excel sheet, all you can just see is a list of rows and columns in your Excel sheet. But here you see it comes with an automatic grouping of issues. So all the issues, unresolved issues. So you really have to do a very minimum amount of work to see the issues in any view that you like. So this is just one example of how effective JIRA can be in terms of providing you tailor-made solutions. And then you can browse through all the issues, and then this is the agile boards. I'll just show you a sample agile board. So this will be similar to your Scrum board. So there's the to-do bucket, there's the in-progress bucket, there's the done bucket. So these are all your user stories, and this is how you can plan them, work on them, and generate reports on them. And we'll see each and every aspect of this in a microscopic view when we get to the class. So this is a very, very unique opportunity to gain skills on the core JIRA for Agile, admin, and all the other supporting topics in a very less time. And this is going to, as I said, be extremely crucial in working effectively in your software development and Agile development environments. And this will also be very, very useful to acquire a really well-rounded skill in little to no time. So this is a great course that we are offering, and as I said, this is going to be a weekend program. So if there's anything else that we can do in order to help make you a decision to join this class, please feel free to let us know. You can all the information is on our website, so please feel free to write to us or send us a communication, and we will be there to answer your questions. I hope this has oriented you enough to make to really give you the essence of how important JIRA is and what this course can do for you. So I hope to see you all in the class, and thank you all.